I'm still holding both XLM and as well as XCN, and even though nothing I say is financial advice, what is the reason why I would still be doing that? Because when it comes to XCN, the idea of 25 cents hasn't left my mind, and when it comes to XLM, at the price of maybe $3, it wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Now I'm going to kind of break this down real quick, even though it doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I just kind of want to explore that idea maybe in an event where, let's say, there is a fully fledged type of altcoin season during this cycle. Now XCN at the price of 25 cents, market cap at that point would be around $9 billion considering current circulating supply, and we've seen like Dogecoin reach over 80 billion back in 2021. This wouldn't necessarily surprise me, but even beyond that, 25 cents is around a 22x from here, and the current market cap, by the way, of XCN is around 380 million. So this is kind of one of the main reasons why I'm still holding XCN. It's because I kind of view XCN a little bit as a miniature version of XLM and XRP, but then with a way lower market cap. And I get it, sometimes you only be thinking, the market cap is kind of pushing half a billion. How is that, kind of not that much in the grand scheme of things? Well, we have to compare it, right? Like, take a look at XRP not too long ago. Market cap was around 200 billion. XLM current market cap is around 12 billion. So it's kind of like small in the grand scheme of things compared to some of its counterparts that is focused on pretty much kind of the market of payments, or let's say like global trade and finance. But even besides that, I still kind of, have that idea on my mind when it comes to XCN at the price of 25 cents. It doesn't seem that ridiculous. And some people may be thinking, okay, why would you even hold XLM as well if you already hold XCN? Well, it's because I kind of view XLM as kind of the foundation, as kind of like the base, but then I still also want to believe in XCN just because the market cap is lower. But this is just my mindset. Now, XLM at the price of $3, the market cap at that point, considering current circulating supply, would be around 95 billion, which doesn't seem like, I think, maybe too outlandish considering sort of the reputation and I think the notoriety, because even XRP, right, not too long ago, market cap was around 200 billion. Let's say we assume 200 billion just for simplicity's sake. This is like barely 50% of that, you know what I mean? And that was like not even during a fully fledged type of altcoin season, arguably. So again, this wouldn't necessarily seem that surprising to me, considering that even BNB back in 2021 reached a market cap of over 100 billion. But even besides that, $3, some people may be thinking, whoa, it's only nearly an 8x from here. Like, why would you care about that? Well, it's because if I take a look at, for instance, Bitcoin going at 300 grand, that's less than a 3x from here, right? If I take a look at Ethereum going at 10 grand, that's also less than a 3x from here. To me, the idea of like, maybe nearly an 8x, it doesn't seem that disappointing considering that a lot of people that I know out there would be pretty happy at the idea of maybe Bitcoin at 300 grand or Ethereum at 10 grand, but then at the same time, less than a 3x doesn't really excite me, so I don't find this actually too disappointing, but again, only time will tell. However, people like to say, okay, when it comes to Onyx, they're planning to launch the testnet of the supposed layer 1 blockchain for the world of finance called Goliath, and they kind of sometimes compare this to the Stellar blockchain, which we all know is already like very well known, right? I mean, lightning fast, a lot of people just pretty much know about it. So people may be thinking, okay, if there's already a Stellar blockchain, what makes you think that, Goliath, again, this supposed layer 1 blockchain for the world of finance, would be anything that could even compare to that? Well, in my opinion, it's not more so about that competing with Stellar. It's more so just what Onyx is able to achieve despite not being necessarily the biggest project out there. So if Onyx can actually launch the testnet of Goliath, which is supposedly going to happen in less than 30 days from now, but we'll have to wait and see. But if they could do that, I think it kind of solidifies a little bit that it could very well be viewed as somewhat this solid alternative, as a kind of miniature version of maybe Stellar or Ripple. This is the way to take a look at it. So I like the direction in which it's heading there. But then some people like to ask me, okay, like we get that, but what is the timeline? However, to me, knowing the precise exact moment, I think is impossible, at least for me. But then at least I can take a look at the past, right? Now, historically, altcoins usually, as a worst case scenario, they typically peak around 18 months after a Bitcoin halving event. So that would actually mean around October this year, because the last one did happen in April of last year. I'm talking about, again, the Bitcoin halving event, or should I say the last one. Now, when it comes to that, though, it may be different this time around. Like, who knows? Like, it may happen in November, December, and January, February, March, or something like that. But whenever that timeline is, one thing that I want to be doing is just dollar cost averaging into the projects that I do like and in the market sectors that I do believe in. And Onyx and again, something like Stellar does fit that category for me, or should I say XCN and XLM. And I'm just being patient right now because that's pretty much all I can do, really. So that's what I want to do. And feel free to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Greatly appreciate it. It's been Lee the Captain, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. I'm out. Peace. Bye.